Hello, filling in for Jordan Owens, I'm Vicki Christopher.
And I'm Jasmine Trejo. Welcome to KETV Main Media News. Coming up later, the Fannin County Democratic Women's Group discussed local politics.
Also, see how career development at A&M-Commerce got students' workplace ready for their Dress for Success event.
And the tragic death of an A&M-Commerce student, see how the Commerce community honor her legacy.
But first, on last Thursday, the Hunt County Masters Gardeners put on an event called The Art of Gardening. This event is held a few times throughout the year. This time, the topics for the art gardening were native insect pollinators and snakes. After the audience signed in and grabbed a brownie and a cup of tea, the first speaker took the floor. Dr. Stephanie Susan Smith spoke on native pollinators, European honeybees, and answered any questions. The next speaker was Kathleen Hooten, armed with fake and real snake specimens because her goal was to educate the audience on snakes.
You know, some snake facts and everything, I find them to be incorrect most of the time. And so I saw a real need for the community, and I've always had a great admiration and a great respect for snakes, so I put together the program.
Showed the audience the differences between local venomous and non-venomous snakes, and even displayed real snake eggs. The audience asked many questions about different species of snakes.
Cause for Paws, a local non-profit organization that provides affordable pet vaccinations, held a Responsible Pet Ownership Day event in downtown Ladonia on Saturday. Over 60 local dog owners registered their pets through the event. It also brought the attendance of the influx of stray and abandoned dogs in the community. The event was open to the surrounding communities.
The music department put on a trombone recital recently. KETV News reporter Alan Kelman has more on the story.
On Monday, April 23rd, the Texas A&M-Commerce Department of Music hosted graduate Thomas Richards' trombone recital. The recital took place in the music building in the Debbie and Buddy Barnes lobby. The trombone recital lasted about an hour. The first half of the performance consisted of 4 songs.
In this case, the final selection, of course, was selected because it would involve both performers, both the trombone and the flute student got a chance to perform.
5 of the 8 songs also featured Laura Maxwell playing the piano. Reviews of the performance were positive and somewhat inspirational.
I think he's a good inspiration because he's a graduate student, and we don't have many of those here, but he's definitely a really good influence on me because I'm a trombone player myself. I thought the performance went well. I think Thomas is a really good player.
The last 3 songs of the performance, First Impressions, By Starlight, and Carnival, featured Ellis Worcester playing the flute. The main performer chose all aspects of the performance, from who they performed with to what songs they played.
The professors generally stay out of forging that kind of relationship in performance. Instead, they try to support the students.
If you missed the trombone rehearsal held on the 23rd, that's okay. The music department holds different recitals every week, so check the schedule to see when the next one comes up. I'm Alan Kalman, KETV, Main Media News.
With the election quickly approaching, political groups all over Northeast Texas are getting together. The Fannin County Democratic Women's Group recently held its monthly meeting in Bonham at the American Bank's Elizabeth May Room. The meeting began with an executive session followed by their general meeting. Democratic candidates running for positions in Fannin County all got up and spoke to the crowd, as well as Fannin County's former judge, George Butch Henderson, who spoke to the group about his experiences.
I ran as a Democrat for Fannin County Judge. I was actually appointed as the Fannin County Judge back in July of 2007 when our judge had to step down. I served for about 19 months, and then I ran as a candidate for that position on the Democratic slate.
The group, which consists of more than just women, meets every month in Bonham.
Studies have shown that 1 out of every 2 sexually active people contracts an STD by the age of 25. So it's important that college-age students get tested regularly. This month of April, the STD Awareness Month at Texas A&M University Commerce and Student Health Services will have free STD screenings on Thursday, April 26th, starting at 10:30 a.m., and Friday, April 27th, starting at 8:30 a.m. So be sure to get tested.
If you have a job interview coming up and you're not exactly sure what's appropriate to wear, Career Development held an event to answer just that. This past week, they held their Project Runway for a Dress for Success event in the courtyard of Pride Rock. After filling up on complimentary buffet line, the models took to the runway to show off styles that would be perfect for an interview, and they also showed off fashion don'ts. The event focused on how to dress for success, but also flaunted some casual summertime looks.
I thought it was really cool, and I liked the fashion. I liked the clothes and the shoes that they were wearing. I thought it was very informative, and I liked the information that they gave us.
The event was sponsored and hosted by Belk, who brought gift bags for all who attended and raffled off gift cards worth up to $150 and even bottles of cologne. The event was well attended and left a crowd entertained and well informed about how to dress for success.
In 2006, a student from Texas A&M University Commerce was killed in a tragic car accident just a few weeks away from graduating. The A&M-Commerce community came together to honor the memory of the student through a newly designed sculpture on campus. Justin Joseph has the story.
Her name was Rachel Rawlings. She was an education major and a devoted member to the Chi Omega fraternity. She had a very active presence on campus as an RA and a lifeguard for the Morris Rec Center.
Rachel introduced me and my wife together, introduced us to each other. Rachel was in Alpha Chi Honor Society with me.
So when students heard about her death, the family and friends of Rachel wanted to commemorate the life that she lived and the dreams she inspired to have.
Lionesses in the prides in nature are the teachers. They take the cubs and teach them, take them here and there, and so that seemed an appropriate tribute.
The sculpture, called The Teacher, depicts a mother lion leading 4 young cubs to a watering hole nearby. It is said to symbolize Rachel's dream to one day educate the youth. According to the sculptor, Susan Raymond, the picture was given something special from within.
These bronzes has a bronze heart in it. Every animal has a heart, and I mean, you've always heard of the heart of a lion. Well, these literally have small hearts in them, which were inscribed by people close to Rachel.
The location of the sculpture has been dedicated as Rachel's Garden. In the center of the garden are the words, "We are all part of the pride," reminding us that our hearts will always be connected to this university. I'm Justin Joseph, KETV Main Media News.
Up next, A&M-Commerce students received the Island Treatment at Luau Night.
Then a discussion on health care was brought to the attention of the Hopkins County Commissioners Court meeting.
And within its final stages of completion, see how Interstate 30 in Greenville makes for a smoother commute.
And here's a quick update on some upcoming events. If you love the Texas music, then come to the Texas Song Festival on April 28th in the Downtown Commerce from noon to 9 p.m.
Enjoy the operatic stylings of the A&M-Commerce Choir at the Jack Finney Music Hall here on campus April 29th at 3 p.m.
And at the Hall of Languages, come to the Hispanic Horror Film Showcase in the second floor theater starting at 6 p.m. on May 3rd.
Main Media News with your anchors Jordan Owens and Jasmine Trejo. Sports with Shagayla Petty and Chris Mangual with the weather.
Tune in to Studio 122, your source of entertainment. You'll be introduced to a series of talk shows with special guests on all the time, holiday shows like our Halloween special, and our jam sessions with great musical talent. All of this is brought to you by the students of A&M-Commerce, Radio Television Department, and Main Media TV. So make sure you tune into Studio 122.
This is Maine Media News, A&M-Commerce's very own newscast brought to you by the students, with shows held weekly to bring you the latest in news, events, and sports on campus and around the area. Tune in to Channel 3 on campus for Maine Media News.
The University Playhouse just had opening night Tuesday for Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, featuring the songs of Neil Sedaka. The musical is set in the 1960s about two friends from Brooklyn who go to the Esther's Paradise Resort, a vacation originally intended for Marge's honeymoon until the groom left her at the altar. Lois and Marge search for good times and romance during the one wild Labor Day weekend. The musical will run until April 29th.
At the Rayburn Student Center in the club, the Zeta Phi Beta hosted the sorority event called How Does the Dog Chase the Cat?, promoting sexual awareness. News reporter Cordell Franklin has the story.
The Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated were having their How Does the Dog Chase the Cat event, where they promote sexual awareness and relationships. People came to the event to express their ideas towards everyday man and woman interactions with each other and how they handle them. Brittany Porter, spokesperson of the event, explains what's going on.
Well, this event is called How the Dog Chases a Cat. It talks about the professional and personal approaches that men and women should have on this campus and gain throughout their college experience. This event also talks about domestic violence, sexual harassment, and respect.
Seeing there was a decent turnout, what's the expected outcome?
The outcome of this event is to see more positive images such as respect, how men come to women, about the sexual harassment.
There were questions that were put on the screen for students or whoever was present to give their word on the subjects. I grabbed Peyton Wilbur on what else was going on.
And we even have a speaker who's going to be talking about domestic violence, how things are handled in home life, sexual harassment, because some people don't even know what sexual harassment is.
They even used skits from inspired comedians from open regions for this event. The Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated made a very valuable point tonight. Sometimes relationships just don't work out, but if they're worth it, fight for them. I'm Cordell Franklin, signing off for KTV, Maine Media News.
Redistricting of healthcare services and TxDOT road management were the focal points when the Hopkins County Commissioners Court held their bi-weekly meeting this past Monday morning. County Commissioners and Hopkins County Memorial Hospital CEO Michael McAndrew discussed importance and the logistics of Medicaid 1115 mandate presented by the state government that will determine how much money from uncompensated healthcare expenses will be returned to hospitals and their respective counties. Hopkins County is working to move out of their current region and into Region 1, which includes Hunt, Delta, and Fannin counties. The main issue of concern during the restructuring process of the mandate is determining what county will serve as anchor in the region. Hopkins County Commissioners are recommended that Hunt County take on that role.
A couple of the southern counties have gone into what they call Region 2, just south of them. They put us over into a new Region 18, which we didn't really want to go into. So that's where it is. We want to just make sure we have a say-so, we have some kind of input in how everything works.
The court also discussed an improved current remodeling of the courthouse, a much-needed new AC system being installed in the county civic center, and the current conditions and TxDOT requirements for county roadways. We will have a follow-up story on the Medicaid mandate that includes Hunt County next week on Maine Media News.
The first annual LeoCon took place in the Hall of Languages. Student reporter Sasha DeHart has the story.
Registration began at 8:30 in the morning. Events and panels were found both inside and outside the Hall of Languages building. With so many things going on for LeoCon, it may be surprising that only one student organization was behind LeoCon. Dr. Reed is the advisor for Sigma Phi Phi, also known as Cyphers.
Well, Cyphers formed about 3 years ago, and the first couple of years we organized a number of very small events of our members who were interested.
The first floor had the registration sign-up desk along with vendors for buttons, food, snacks, and other items. Going up to the second floor had the artist alley where people could buy and look at different artwork. There were also a few rooms set up for panels on the second and third floor. Although the event was open to everyone, the reason why Cyphers organized LeoCon lies within the members.
We had a large influx of new members due to the great increase in student body, and a lot of them are very experienced at going to cons and have participated in not only attending but running and volunteering at cons, and they wanted to have a con here.
With Cyphers behind the organization of LeoCon, it was no surprise that some students were in charge of a few panels. Panel discussions included topics such as The Hobbit, sci-fi, anime, and manga. After the panels and raffle, LeoCon ended the day with a dance.
I was surprised that there wasn't, I thought there was going to be a lot more people, if it was going to be crowded, but then again, it's our first year, so I guess that's why not a lot of people knew about it.
The head count for LeoCon was 105. With a wide variety of panels, students were given the opportunity to get a closer insight on the things they enjoy and share them with others. I'm Sasha Hart, KETV, Main Media News.
In the spirit of upcoming Summer Olympic Games, the club at the Rayburn Student Center is hosting the Video Game Olympics. Teams of 5 A&M-Commerce students put up their gaming skills to the test in 5 different genres, ranging from the fast-paced action of first-person shooters to the fun and wildly popular dancing video games. The competition begins on Thursday, April 26th at 5 p.m.
The club also brought a taste of the island lifestyle on last Wednesday. KETV reporter Chris Manguel has more with the story.
The club hosted a luau party this past Wednesday, but instead of going with a DJ to rock out the party, they had another idea of entertainment instead.
Picked steel drum band tonight just to go along with the luau theme, so.
The steel drummer was a great idea to go along with the theme, but many students didn't even dance or attend the event. So I asked what was the disconnection between students.
Because they don't see our promotions, we promote very well, but we have a big sign out in the middle of the hallway to the cab saying that we had a luau party tonight or any other party we have, but we're going to try to figure out other ways to promote our parties for more students to come. But we do have good turnouts, but not like we want. We want more students to have more school pride, come to our parties and have free food, so.
I asked student Noah Tafay what the club could have done better with this luau party.
Or places to have different services. Like I said earlier, they could have people drawing fake tattoos or applying them on there. Or some kind of contest, dancing contest, Hawaiian dance, I don't know.
The club hosted the luau party that had a lot of entertainment for students. I'm Chris Manguel, KETV,
Main Media News. The Greenville Road construction is nearing completion with the final stage underway. College students have a smoother ride ahead of them. Reporter Devin Fulton has the story.
The Greenville City Council met Tuesday night, April 10th, to discuss the completion of the Interstate 30 Monty Stratton roadway construction. The conclusion of this project will primarily provide a quicker route to Greenville High School and Parrish Junior College. Both schools are located on Lyons Lair, a road that is only accessible by Cell Street. This inaccessibility causes congestion as students make their way to class in the morning. With the completion of the 2-lane Monty Stratton roadway, commuter students will not only have an alternate route to school, but also a straight shot from Interstate 30.
It would actually benefit me a lot for gas so that I didn't have to go all the way to 66 to get here. Then I could take 30 and actually be able to come to school promptly on time as well.
With the council-approved bid by Dallas construction company L.H. Lacey, the project is expected to be completed within 180 working days of starting. The Greenville Superintendent of Engineering, David Herbert, walked me through the plan the city has for this construction. I later met up with him and he shared with me how this newly paved road will benefit the community.
It will greatly enhance access to both the facilities, the college and the high school.
With the city's plans in place, PJC student Joe Waters is very optimistic about how this project will add more safety to his travel to class.
Besides being a smoother ride and a safer ride, during the rainy season it wouldn't be flooded at the very beginning and toward the middle where it looks like a lot of people have slid off while the road was open.
As the construction crew behind me begins to make way and break ground here at the Monty Stratton Highway, it shouldn't be long before the city of Greenville puts their finishing touches on the roadways. Reporting for Main Media News, I'm Devin Fulton.
Now let's take a look at this week in history.
The very first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22nd, 1970.
On April 26th, 1865, John Wilkes Booth died. And on the same day, in 1986, the nuclear disaster in Chernobyl took place.
As April comes to a close, more spring-like weather approaches Northeast Texas. In the next few days, I'll have your 5-day forecast coming up next, so stay tuned.
Here in this office is we are the educational office that helps you enhance your professional development with employers and recruiters and enhance your network. We do that through resume consultations, career counselings, mock interviews. We do all of the job fairs. We do all of the networking nights. We are a three-pronged office in that we do employer relations, we do in-office services, and we also do career counselings and anything that will really help you enhance your portfolio.
Through these halls, the Texas A&M-Commerce Music Department trains you in the art of vocal and instrumental music. Their goal of excellence is showcased in every note played and every key sung. You have the opportunity to work with experienced instructors to help develop your skills and perfect your unique sound. So if you have a true passion for music, come join us at Texas A&M-Commerce's Music Department.
Hello and welcome back to KTV Main Media News. I'm Chris Manguel, your weather reporter. Now taking a look at your state maps for state highs today. As you can see, we have really nice weather as pretty much in the 90s right now. 90 in Dallas, 90 in Waco, 86 in Austin, 89 in San Antonio. So we have some pretty good weather out there. So really hot, break out the shorts, tank tops, really good weather out there. So now let's go to our state lows. On our state lows, we have some pretty cool weather, not too cold out there. It's going to be for tonight, 69 in Dallas, 68 in Waco, 68 in Austin, 67 in San Antonio, and 69 in San Angelo. In Midland, it'll be in the 70s, so it's some pretty good weather going on for tonight. Now let's take a look at your regional lows for tonight around our area in Northeast Texas. For our regional lows tonight, in the 60s, pretty much 60s leaning on to the 70s. 69 in Terrell, 69 in Dallas, 69 in Fort Worth, so some pretty good weather for tonight. Now let's go for Thursday's highs around our region. And for Thursday highs for our region, we're going to have, like I said again earlier in the weather report, that we're going to have really good weather coming in. So it'll be about 85 in Terrell, 89 in Dallas, and we have about 90 in Waco, as you can see right over here in this area. Now let's take a look at our lows for Thursday nights. Okay, and our lows for Thursday nights, again, we're going to be in the 60s, going up to the 70s. As far as 69 in Dallas, 68 in Terrell, 69 in Fort Worth, so we're going to have some pretty good weather. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. And on your 5-day forecast, we are going to have, for Friday, it's going to be 69 with 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but hopefully we don't have too much bad weather coming in. And for Saturday, it's going to be 63, partially cloudy. Sunday, 69, and then ended off the 5-day forecast with Monday with around 74. So we have some really good weather coming in, ending off April, going into May. Now let's take a look at some entertainment. Hollywood, what you got for us?
Appreciate it, Chris. What I got coming up, guys, is a surprise guest, upcoming events for next week, and more. Stay tuned right here on KETV, Main Media News.
Did you catch the new Tubular this week?
No, I missed it. I had a test study for last night.
Well, don't worry. All your favorite Main Media shows are now on YouTube. Just search for the show you want to watch in the Main Media YouTube channel. And you know, with YouTube, we can watch day or night the newest episodes of Studio 122, The President's Table, Campus Smarts, Tubular, and even some exclusive online content.
Now I'll never miss an episode of Main Media shows.
So subscribe to Main Media on YouTube today.
Welcome back, guys, for Hollywood and Commerce. Some events I got coming up this week is your very own RTV banquet. It's $5 for all RTV students and $10 for any guests, family members, friends, or anybody. If you'd like to have a whole hearty meal with that good old chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes, or just like to see some funny mix-up with your fellow RTV students with the bloopers and all, then you should definitely come out. It's going to be April 30th at 5:30 in the Traditionals Room in the Student Center. So coming up next week is Tubular is Back. And last semester was your winners with Trenton Jones and Christopher Manuel with Paranormal Roommate. And the semester before that was Letter Grade with Cardell Franklin, which was very memorable. This semester is going to be a little bit different. And I can tell you guys right now, you guys are definitely going to check out. But I can't spill all the beans. Just make sure you stay tuned on the regular playback hours. So for that surprise guest that I got coming in is Mr. Brad Davis himself. He's going to come in here and give us a little bit of a show. Come on in, Brad.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. So Brad's going to talk to us a little bit about the music festival, right?
Yeah, the TexasSongFest.com. It's really cool. It's going to be 5 bands. It's going to be 6 industry workshops on how to improve your songwriting. And we'll have the finals of the International Songwriting Showcase, which will be that night as well.
Awesome.
So fun for the whole family.
Okay.
From 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's adults $5 and kids 10 and under free.
Cool.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow. I mean, I can't wait to check that out. I'm going to be there with the camera, so you guys be ready to follow that action. All right, Brad. Well, I'm going to get out your way, and I understand you got a little performance for us.
Yeah, I'll do a little something for you.
Okay. Well, cool.
Fire it up.
Take it away.
All right.
Long jams and last all through the night. Tie-dye theologies of a brand new moon. Data plans keep the money on the line. The escape from this train of pain and doom. Hippies with the knowledge, a revolution that's come alive. Hippies with the knowledge, an evolution that's changing time.
Well, thank you so much for our guest. It was a great musical performance. And on behalf of everyone here, y'all have a good evening.